What's the call? It's 340-773-0390 or 340-773-0490. That is the number to call to get in on the conversation. You know,
This is interesting. Okay. All right.
yeah. So I was last week Wednesday I went to a church service.
Mm-hmm. And
It was a church service for persons with disabilities,
okay.
and the attendance was fairly good this year. It could be better, could have been better, but they had a last minute change of venue, and like I told them, they need to start advertising from January about this thing because you can't start in February and middle of February or last week in February something happened, you got to change the venue, then you got to change,
Mm-hmm.
you got to change the flyer and all this kind of thing. So, anywho, they had the speaker was Pastor Coffee, and he was a interesting pastor. He believed in faith healing.
Uh-huh.
And so this church service was the most interesting of all from the ones over the years, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, wow. But the message that I got out of the sermon was that in order to be healed, you have to believe. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you have to pray and you have to believe that you will be healed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so it was interesting. It was interesting, really interesting. But he prayed over some of us and they anointed some of us and all this kind of thing. But like I said, you have to believe, you have to have faith that it will be done.
Yep.
That's the first time we went to the church service and we had something like that done, actually, all the years we have in this church service. So that was new and unique to the church service. So let's see what's going to happen the first Wednesday in March of 2027. So mark your calendar. We have it the next one. I'll let you know a year in advance. Mark your calendar.
Okay.
First Wednesday, 2027, 10 a.m. Church service. Location to be announced.
Well,
You know. So pull up your calendar. If you ain't got it already, or look at your phone. Pull up 2027, first Wednesday in March, and put it down. Independent Living and Pastors United Church service. Location to be announced. We used to have just one church, one pastor that used to hold the church service every year. And now, since they collaborating with Pastors United, it's being held in different locations. Every year is a new location. Every year is a new pastor. So it's a lot more interesting than the pastors. You can feel the word, you can understand what they're saying, and you know what I mean.
yeah.
So you get something out of the service, But it was just interesting, really interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's it's so interesting in so many different ways. I'm gonna change gears and you're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna change gears and you're here. 'Cause I heard it through the grapevine. Yeah. Oh,
Don't leave your day job.
don't lose my day job? No, man.
No.
No, man. No, man. The grapevine is mine. I heard it through the grapevine. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. I heard it through the grapevine. You know, you hear words like gossip, you know, melee, phrases like them man say. And a lot of folks sometimes when they think in terms of these things, they think in terms of falsehood. Well, no, it ain't falsehood. Sometimes it's just somebody else's business that's sweetening somebody. Like in the bus going down the road when the woman was telling the story and she ain't finished telling the story, the bus driver stopped and pulled out his gun and said, "Finish the story." You ain't getting out of here until you finish that story. All right? Melee has its virtues. Some people might have a question about that. Melee and virtue, how they do not go together. Anyhow. Well, you know, I got a couple of calls and you know when somebody ain't accustomed to call you and they call you and they want to know about this or know about that, just sound like friendly inquiry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, what going on? Well, anyhow, my mom is 94 years old, and I just only hope that I got some of them genes to get someplace like that, you know. 94 years old and going strong. And there's a Facebook page out there celebrating Pauline Canton. For those of you who know her and otherwise would like to, keep abreast of all the gallivanting and experiences and everything else that continuing, okay? And to send a friendly word here and there and so forth and so on, okay? So, celebrating Pauline Canton. Well, I come through all of this humor to deal with a serious thing. Pauline Canton had a little accident the other day. Okay? She fell and damaged her hip, had to have surgery, and is otherwise convalescing and doing whatever rehab necessary to get around all of that. Okay? And be back on her feet and moving where she wants to be, on her feet and moving, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, when things happen, as a family sometimes, you know, just want to make sure that the word gets out there right and clear. Or sometimes you don't get a chance. A grapevine, well, powerful, you know. Back in the days when we had no phone, much less cell phone. You gone down the road and pass by somebody and he said good morning, good afternoon, and whatever.
By the time you
How
get
you
back home, the mother don't know.
they reach back. Okay. Okay, I tell you, it is something else. And then I have a little thing I did with Darby and Miss Asta down at the fish market. And they were talking about, you know, the fish market. Sometimes the fish market is a place where you go and you get your daily news.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And she tells a story in there about the daily news back then that will make you laugh, chuckle, whatever else, you know. I know one thing for sure, you ain't safe wherever you're there, somebody watching.
Yeah,
Blackness did a song down there at the ag fair. Somebody watching. You think you ain't gotta worry about who forget what you do them last night. Somebody was watching.
Somebody else watching. Listen, like I said, remember I said in the beginning when I first start talking.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody see me walking, going into Home
Yeah, is somebody watching? But anyhow, come full circle where I started out.
Depot.
For those of you who were curious, now you know, and you know that there's a vehicle through which you can communicate, celebrating Pauline Canton, you know, and that celebration during life, okay? So now you know, um, in that sense, you can send your greetings and everything else and keep abreast and continue sharing the love because melee can be a communication vehicle out of love. Like I said, melee has its virtues. Some people would beg to differ, but because maybe they got the not so nice end of it sometime or the other. Okay,
Something shake over there.
something shake.
You got home in the line now.
Oh lordy me, because all of my cameras are turned off except for the.
No, it's a connection.
It's a
Connection problem.
It's a connection problem. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You hearing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any
No, it
different?
stopped.
It stopped. Okay.
Yeah.
That's same old culprit. Same old culprit. When you talk, let me hear you talk. So something so I could check the meter.
Testing.
Okay. Good. Okay. So there's a connection here. For purposes of the okay, I hope that ain't the phone line one, but anyhow, the bottom line is right here, sure, on the far left is turned on because it introduces a hum.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what it is because the Saturday I was going up the road and the bus driver was listening to this station
Mhm.
and it was coming through the radio hard.
Yeah, no. I identified it.
And I called ahead and I told the engineer and she came and she shake something and it went away.
Well, I don't know about shaking. I know that where it's connected to. So there's a cable connected to that. And folks, apologize for any unnecessary noise. I hope you didn't miss the part about melee and the virtues of melee. Anyhow, celebrating Pauline Canton and we moving right along with her. Okay, good thing. Things coming up, folks, things coming up. We have the play that went wrong coming up at Caribbean Community Theater, not this weekend, but the following weekend. Yeah, the play that went wrong. We're going to talk more about that because, hey, like Melee, it sound good. Oh, today's Melody or what?
Melody. Melody?
Melody. Mm-hmm.
It's some kind of day.
And some kind of day. Anyhow.
Yeah, don't forget to send me that thing.
No. In a second here. So we got that coming up, of course, and in April we have the USVI Literary Festival and Book Fair coming up. Okay. And okay, so that's going down on the 9th through the 12th of April. You should see some things out there on Facebook. They have a Facebook page, a USVI Literary Festival and Book Fair. And of course, they have a website, usvilitfest.com. Right? We're going to be saying more about that as we go along. We are expecting to be bringing in a guest today. Jared?
Yeah.
Who we got coming?
Can't remember, you know.
You can't remember?
No.
You invite them and now you can't remember?
So I invite so much people. I've invited so much people.
Able with you, my
Hey,
son.
I'm a busy person. You know what I mean? We're supposed to have
Oh, Lordy
the
me.
territorial ADA coordinator gracing us with his presence in the 9 o'clock hour.
Okay.
So hopefully he didn't call or text to mention that he can't make it. So It should be coming via online.
Well, I sent you the thing so you could forward it to him. So he ain't got no excuse. Okay? He ain't got no excuse at all. Some good old fashioned Crucian hospitality waiting for you. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, I see somebody. I had to talk to somebody the other day.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you recall, I bumped into the Girl Scouts here at
Yeah.
Gallows Bay Hardware. Okay, and my pocket was a little bit lighter for it, but I behaved myself, and it was a donation. I watching me wait, leave the cookies for somebody else. Okay. Okay, so I I later learned that they had their parade, and they were joined by a lot of other organizations, and everything had big parade. And we ain't get award, and on top of that,
Yeah.
couldn't be there because I didn't get award. I for years now, people I know involved with Girl Scouts, and when are you going to do it again? What? All this thing happening and nobody tell done. It's rough sometimes, Jared. It's rough. It's a good thing I don't have feelings because they'd have been hot. What you say?
I telling you.
Oh Lordy me. Oh Lordy me. Anyhow, one day at a time. You just have to be taking it step by step, and just be happy that you're here to take those steps. Because very often, it's a thing where the steps are being taken in a direction where you can't turn around. Hey, good thing, good thing. So, all right. What was your week like this week? I mean, everything just happened right. Vitran was always on time, and they give you an extra portion whenever you went for lunch, and this. I mean, everything just went fine. Jared,
Bytron?
you stuck all right. I just mentioned that one.
Bytron, you.
What?
Anyway.
Wappa was. Wappa was consistent. Folks, I asked you for some feedback. Last I know, the average house out there does not make current. Okay? The average house out there does not make current. I had to shut down my net metering, meaning close it off from the system. Because every time I turn around, I get in an error. The thing can't operate because the electrical signal / whatever it is that they're sensing from WAPA is out of work. But, Jared, fans, electric motor fans, Lasco fans that you could buy in Home Depot. WAPA want me to believe that I need to sue Home Depot because I get a defective fan. But I could get a defective fan 4 times.
But Lasco is top of the line.
But that's why I said,
that's like the Mercedes.
WAPA want me to believe.
That's like the Mercedes Benz in fans.
WAPA want me to believe, okay, that I need to sue Home Depot because the fan them they selling is bad. Okay? Now, till I went to another house, it wasn't a Lasco fan, and they were doing the same thing the fan doing in my house, which is going down low, 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 and then going up high, 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 and so forth and so on. And then my UPS, you could hear it click.
Clicking.
You know, every time it clicking to protect the system.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a caller here on line 1. But I'm going to come back and talk about that some more because, you know, there's equipment that cannot take that type of fluctuation.
Exactly. I mean, I have the kind of surge protector that deal with brownout.
Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Carl.
WSTX.
Yes, good morning. I want to tell you great Crucian something. I will continue to maintain that the words Canton and Gerald sound like a good law firm.
Oh, Lordy me.
Especially since you're going to trouble my good utility called. Okay?
Oh, Lordy
Let me
me.
tell you something. Back in the day when I first went to WAPA, and I started to climb up the stairs from dispatcher to, they used to call it a maintenance engineer. Then it went further on to chief engineer, outside plant, transmission and distribution system.
Mm-hmm.
The average usage per home was 2.5 or 2.5 kilowatts, kW, and then it went on to 5 kW or 5 kVA, kilovolt amps. So then, if you, let's say we go to Tutu or Mambiju and we're planning for 200 homes, we would need to size the transformers. So let's say to feed maybe 5 houses on this one side, 5 on the other side, and we'll go by, so 5 times, or 10 times 2 would be 20, so we put a 25 kVA transformer. Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, as time rolls on, and when I look at my own situation, I got a 10-year-old grandson, and the amount of electronic gadgetry he has in his room, he would need a power plant for himself.
He need a whole feeder for himself.
Huh?
He need a whole feeder for himself.
Yeah, what's that? But WAPA is not considering that and keeping up with it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what makes sense to keep it? You can't tell about, don't buy them thing, don't buy them things, get them. They're going to buy them. So you got to keep up with it, Mr. WAPA. Find the money to keep up with it. So you're making the money. Where you putting it? Anyway, that is the way I and we used to do our planning and what they call sizing of the grid. But somehow, common sense as that was, went through the window as well, particularly with this current administration, who like to tell you, right, you go say all the time, you know how this is. You don't know how it is than me. Back in the 60s, it was harder.
Well, Mr. Nibs.
But you got to prepare.
Mr. Nibs.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a combination of things. That may be one of them. Okay.
Okay.
But the other thing is that they have equipment that needs to be upgraded, period.
True.
And they're trying to see how far they could limp along. Okay?
But what?
Until somebody get killed and it can be traced back to what they're doing. Okay?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm serious. I watch how they operate, and I watch what happened when a man got electrocuted, and the change in attitude in that place. That all of a sudden, safety truly was first. Okay, and I say that I say that that's a strong statement, but they don't want to challenge me on that because of where I sat and what I observed. Okay.
Challenge you? How they gonna challenge you?
No, I'm just saying, folks out there. One of the things that I found at WAPA, they try to make it seem, between you don't know what you're talking about or you just want to make noise or whatever, looking at attention, something like that. But the fact of the matter is, when some type of medical equipment fail and somebody dies because of this fluctuation in the power, it will then become a priority. Well, I'm trying not to wait for that. That's why I continue to talk about it and raise Cain about it.
And you're so correct. You're so correct, my brethren. You know why? As a former worker of WAP, first for, I think it was 9 years, I left and I was called back. I didn't go back. They called me back. And I spent a year at a time after both hurricanes bringing in federal funds to rebuild the system. And I'm proud of that. However, there are some of them and those who say to me, you are always talking about this and working high tension. How come under your tutelage, several men, including yourself, get born up? True. True, yes. And that happened. But I remember very instinctively when I passed by, I didn't say I attended, I passed by Howard University School of Engineering. And the instructor, the professor says that you are not supposed to be afraid of electricity, but you have to respect it. Because he said you should not make a mistake. Then he corrected himself. You should not make half of a mistake, because you could kill a lot of people and burn down a city. And I have seen it happen. Okay? Good. So the thing is this, and you mentioned it, Jerry, doggone rightly so. Equipment and maintenance of equipment. The very hotline gloves that you put on your hand to hold a 40,000 kilo line in your hand, it's supposed to be tested regularly to see that it don't get leak. The same with what we call blanket. One time I tell a crowd of school children, we just put blanket on the line. They say, well, you don't sleep up there? I said, no, but you throw it over the line and you lay on it while you're walking on the line. But if it got a leak, proper smoke your pipe. Point being, you must test these things regularly and upgrade them. But if you don't, let me tell you something, Jerry. I have seen partners of mine, we just get through walking on some high tension lines. They take the hotline gloves and blanket and fling them down on the back of a truck. No, sir. There are containers that they go into so that they could maintain their integrity. So if you buy humbugin, I didn't say buy the other thing in, I said buy humbugin, what do you think to keep you safe? I think you get burned and you see you got burned. Why I expect to get cold?
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to change course just a little bit about, okay.
No, you go right ahead. I gonna follow you.
You sure now?
Yeah, man.
Other people change course, you follow them too?
Not me.
Anyhow.
Not I and I.
Well,
I just check in because, you know.
Mr. Nibs, before Doggy change the course, I follow you with the PPE because in my past type of employment, I used to have to use a lot of that because I used to have to deal with a lot of chemicals.
Yes.
So in dealing with that, there are certain things where you had to go and do fogging and these kind of things, and you needed to have your equipment, and you had to keep that equipment in a container, like you said. So
of course, it only makes sense.
Yeah, when you're ready for it, it can fit on your face, it can cover your body and everything, so that you don't poison yourself.
Right.
You know? So I understand what you're saying about that.
Well, anyhow.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
So let me you are done, you won't trust me.
Right. But I have changed course many times in my life, so I don't have a problem with changing course. But anyhow,
Okay.
you know what forever chemicals are?
Not necessarily and
Okay,
distinctively, but I've heard
I
about it.
want you to do your research.
Okay.
Forever chemicals.
Okay.
I want you to do your research because I want to know what chemicals. We had an incident one time where they were using certain chemicals in a building, and,
Okay.
and there's a certain document that's supposed to be made available to all employees so that they know what it is that they're dealing with. Jared, you know what that sheet that is, right?
Material safety data sheet.
A MS,
MSD.
MSDS
MSDS, yes.
sheet that tells you what
Okay.
chemicals are involved and so forth and so on. Okay?
Okay.
And as a result, that building had to be evacuated and tested and all this other stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
what we don't know right now as a community is, for instance, what chemicals are used in the production of the drinking water.
Right.
Okay, and we had a CEO that basically said he would not drink the water. And
But he had a battle of it there and there. I tell him they should have hold it down and throw it down his throat.
No. That don't be like that. Don't be like that. No, but
No,
I'm
he
just
said,
saying.
look at water good, water good.
But the thing is, that what you don't know can hurt you,
Oh,
and what you don't know means that you're not holding people to standards.
thank you.
For instance, we bring in a refinery here, and we didn't make it there. We didn't put the onus on them to do air testing and so forth and so on. So now they trying to say, well, it wasn't in our contract, so you should do it and absorb all the costs. Okay, that they know the local government don't have the expertise and the funds like that. But this is
Right.
this is what you're supposed to do in terms of being proactive
True.
when you are negotiating these things, because so many things ain't happening in these Virgin Islands because it wasn't put down in writing. I heard it say on the legislature floor that the casino was going to buy up empty seats and bring people down, for so that they could market those seats and have people come down here for casino operations, to gamble, whatever the case is.
I thought it was native losing the whole house.
No, but no. What I'm saying to you is, this is what was said as some native trying to promote why we should have a casino. Okay? Now, I'm just saying that it really doesn't matter what is a native, non-native, or anything like that. The point is that if it ain't in writing, it don't exist.
You better believe it.
So it never happened because it was never in writing.
But you see, some we have the right people have been negotiating contracts. But we had discussed it. You remember when we talked about it down in the bar? No, put it in writing.
Hey, brother, I understand that a whole contract with a whole refinery went down on a piece of paper in a bar, okay, and a napkin.
That's how it went.
Right. That was in the Paiwanski administration.
So don't be so quick to make them kind of claim now, because.
Okay.
But seriously speaking, though, I urge you to just go to Google and
Good.
what are forever chemicals. They have FAOS, FAOA. It have these, and go and do your research. But the bottom line is that it's chemicals that basically can't be broken down. You ever heard of Scotchgard? You ever heard of Scotchgard? Scotchgard is something that people put on materials to make them waterproof.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Forever chemicals.
Okay.
And it's leaching. So you had this situation where, well, not had. There is a situation where it was leaking into the ground and contaminating drinking water, and the animals were falling down dead. And then later on, the
Uh-huh.
residents find out the percentage of what this stuff was in their body. And the thing is, it's like it's there. That's it.
Right.
It can pass through breast milk and everything.
Of
So
course.
I'm saying we need to be taking a second look at what's going on with our aquifers, what
Thank
was
you.
actually leaked into the ground, and what's being put into the manufacturing of water, because they heat boiling the water so the clean water come out and you use the clean water.
Uh,
This is chemicals are being used. What are those chemicals and how do they
but I
affect
know what we
humans?
used to use heat, you know.
Brother, I know that.
Uh,
The water that so many of us miss in terms of how it had taste or not taste. Okay? I know
I
about
know
that.
we used to use them boilers and them plants there, and then if you lose excitation and the plant, you ain't getting the heat and what that you want to bring out potable water,
Mm-hmm. I understand. But
drinkable.
anyhow, we're having that conversation simply because it's better to know, because what you don't know can hurt you. Okay? And I'm
Oh
saying that
yeah,
hopefully that everybody who is here and listening will also say, let me. And it's an easy phrase to remember, forever chemicals. And what forever mean? I mean, that once they get in your system,
yeah.
and they're there. And not only they're there, but pass through the placenta to your child, pass through breast milk,
Thank you.
all of these things. Okay?
Well, I already have it because I tape everything that I say and listen to, as well as I have my secretary as a backup.
Well, and I'm
She does
saying
that, go through something,
I'm
looking at it.
I'm saying these things. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not into that stuff. Okay?
Right.
This is scientific fact. For
True.
instance, when you go into your favorite store and you're looking at cookware, you see all of these black spoons and not the spoons, but the cooking spoons and this type of stuff. They're
Yeah.
black. Okay.
Yep.
Well, the fact of the matter is that too many of them are made from reconstituted, recycled things that have in forever chemicals.
True. A lot of
Okay?
plastic and thing as well.
Right. Now, they have these pretty looking knife set. They'll be orange or blue or whatever, pretty looking.
Mm.
And when you buy that knife set and 6 months or a year later, paint missing from the knife, where the paint went?
In your stomach.
Well, into the food and potentially into the stomach. Okay? But it had looked pretty. The whole set of it
Yeah.
looked nice. There's a reason why there's a thing called stainless steel, and that it is the preferred
You better believe it.
way of going with these things. But
Yeah.
again, this is not to so fair, because knowledge is power and knowledge can be life saving.
Right.
Okay? And knowledge can help you build generational wealth and have a generation to live to enjoy it.
You're right again.
Okay?
But let me say this and I go and come back. Let me just say this in passing. There's some move with fat, that's the acronym of some Jamaican company that failed in restarting their plant or whatever it is over there in St. Croix. And even though the word is that the Virgin Islands Department of Health did not have the cancer, or did not keep a cancer registry, and maybe for reasons known to them, because they gave the dollar priority over people's lives. However, there's a particular talk show host that has talked garbage about. Look at that, baby. The government trying their best to restart the plant, and they want it. You know, without taking into advisement and consideration this problem that plant had already caused. With that, I rest my case.
Okay. Well,
Right.
you rest your case.
Good.
The reality.
Okay.
The reality is, every step of the way, any business, any industry, if safety is going to be first, it's going to be because you made it first, not because the company made it first.
You're right again.
Okay.
Good.
That's the
Okay,
bottom line.
I got
All right. Good thing. We'll be talking.
Right.
Anyhow.
Yes,
So-
right.
All right. All right. It's minutes to the hour, and
Yeah,
we
I
know
do.
that we're going to be having our top of the hour things happening here, where we big up the folks who make this show possible and keep this station on the air. And then we scheduled to have a guest still.
Yeah, I just went to make a call to make sure they got the email. So, yeah, they got it.
Okay. So things happening, my son. Things happening.
You know, y'all gotta stay on top of things.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I don't know how I do it and I can't see.
You just good, brother. You just good and powerful. That's all it is. Okay. Don't be so modest.
I just try to make it happen. I mean, what could do?
Okay. Well, I gonna tell Nicole that she need to have you on as a guest. Okay.
Nicole Tyson?
Yes, Miss Tyson. So
Yeah.
since you making it happen, okay.
Yeah, I gotta try to make it happen. But I would like to remind the public that, under UVI, VIU said, which is Virgin Islands University Center for Excellence in Developmental Disabilities, have a program called the I Can Connect program. I Can Connect program is also known as the Deaf Blind Equipment Distribution Program. If you or your family member or loved one have considerable hearing or vision loss, the I Can Connect program is for you. You can visit icanconnect.org, that's icanconnect.org, or call 340-692-4267 to inquire about this program. VIU said also do equipment lending, or we have what we call the DME, or Durable Medical Equipment Closet, which we will lend you a walker, cane, or wheelchair for 30 days or more, depending on your need. And to find out more about that program, you can call 340-692-4267. VIU said also offers training for seniors and persons with disabilities on using their mobile devices. You can also call 340-692-4266 to make an appointment to come in to be trained to use your mobile devices. Dougie?
Yeah, well, I really, every time I hear you talk about that,
Mm.
I see you. I see you working with someone who had limited social life, because, as we know, our devices are tied to our social life, whether it's to call somebody, to see or hear somebody,
Mm-hmm.
and as a sighted person, when I try to think of what it is like to learn what a phone is, and I'm limited because eyesight has me trained to
Mhm.
move a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you don't have your sight to discover or relearn how to
Mhm.
use such a necessary device in these times,
Uh-huh.
and I see you I understand the joy, emotional satisfaction, all these things that these people that you help sometimes have the opportunity to feel because how this thing opens the world to them.
Yep.
I marvel and I am thankful and appreciate what you all at VIU said and you in particular in your role do down there. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Good thing. And with
Well,
no further ado,
well, at the top of the hour, it's time to take a break. So it's 9:02. We're gonna take a break to keep the lights on, keep the mics on. We'll be back after these messages.
When we're not talking, you'll hear all your favorite songs, including calypso, jazz, love song, gospel, and those country legends, giving you more music variety. This is AM 970 WSTX.
Come to Tire Kingdom, come to Tire Kingdom. When you need tires for your car, come to Tire Kingdom. For your SUV or your trailer, come to Tire Kingdom. We have every brand in every size. Come to Tire Kingdom. Lowest prices in the Virgin Isles. Come to Tire Kingdom. At Tire Kingdom, we have the largest selection. Number one on the island, that is Tire Kingdom. We have custom rims in every style. The best service that will make you smile. Any tire you need, we've got them all. Right at the entrance of Tutu Mall. That is Tire Kingdom. At Tire Kingdom, we're number one. Best prices and largest selection. Call 776-3400. We will be glad to help you. So shop at Tire Kingdom. The best prices, largest selection. We are number one. At Tire Kingdom. Come ride with the winner.
Grab your lads and come. Jay's Landscaping. We do tree trimming, debris removal, small and large lot clearance, commercial and residential yard maintenance, all at reasonable rates.
Call Jason for Jay's Landscaping, 473-8586. Estimates available. No job too big or too small.
News Talk for the Virgin Islands, AM 970 WSTX.
Anybody show up yet?
Yes. Oh, no.
We are back. We are back. We are back. Apparently, our guests have not showed up. I don't know yet. So maybe maybe they're having a coffee and they forget that they got to come and pay us a visit. So we're gonna see. We're gonna wait and see what happens.
okay.
You know. But as soon as they get in the lobby, we will let them in so that we can start our segment with them. But yeah, Dougie, you know, VIU said, you know, they're under UVI, which a lot of people don't know, you know, and UBI brought out this policy now that you got to mention them in everything you do now. So I got to watch myself before I wreck myself. You know what I mean?
Well, but it's important. It's important because it's really teamwork. It's really teamwork, and UVI being the umbrella that makes a lot of these things possible, and makes the funding possible. You know, in terms of the federal connections and whatever. We wanted to ring in these people's head up there. UVI.
Yeah, UVI. VIU said.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you know, students can come, especially if you are a student and you have a particular disability or whatever. We could assist you with
You know, they need to take do a remake. Oh my goodness, the name of that. I was right there with me, man. Jamban. VA, you know, take that one.
We from the VI.
No, UVI.
So instead of VI,
UVI.
so instead of VI, we can say UVI. We from the UVI.
Yes, sir. UVI got a troop out there.
UVI, oh, we from UVI. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Don't get carried away now. Okay, all right.
Hello.
People out there like, watch them do that now.
Yes.
Anyhow,
the computer.
I have one here that I going to
Okay.
put on the air here in a second here.
Okay. So yeah.
Festival and book fair. Yeah, folks. As for those of you on Facebook, you see we're talking about the literary festival that's coming up from the 9th to the 12th of April, and we're so much looking forward to seeing you there as part of what's going to be happening. So we're going to be having authors. I say we. That's one of my volunteer things there is going on. The Lit Fest. We're going to have authors from the VI, from the Caribbean, from all around the world coming in. And they come in here to walk, folks. And when I said to walk, first thing they do when they jump off the plane Thursday, they go into the schools to talk to the children, to inspire and make sure that the literacy in all its forms and vectors and angles is something that is being promoted. All right. So from Thursday, it starts. Then Friday, you know, things keep right on moving. Right there at the Great Hall in UVI there. But also, it is not just UVI in the sense of UVI campus. This thing spreads out. It goes down to the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts with the book Bacchanal. Mm-hmm. It has the Cane Roots Gallery where they have the ekphrastic poetry going on. The Children's Museum is involved. There's an event going on with that. It's just a whole lot to do. But let me tell you this, right? You have to sign up through Eventbrite. No, you don't have to do anything but whatever it is you have to do. But Doug said you have to do that. Doug highly recommends that you do that because if you come to the Lit Fest Saturday morning, they got a good old-fashioned Crucian and diasporal God, make a new word here. Experience in breakfast that you don't want to miss. All right? And when you sign up through Eventbrite, what it does is also get you in the door for that breakfast. In addition to everything else that's going on. Support your lit fest. Like support your belly. All right. Yes. I was there. I could tell you firsthand.
You were there?
It was good like that. Not last year. They didn't have it last year. Circumstances beyond their control. But the year before. All right. So I'm saying this to you. It is an inspirational experience. One of the things that happened, the last one that I went to, we had the young people who were writing their own books, using apps that helped them to write their own books. And they were on stage talking about what they do and showing their stuff. And that's what I'm saying. From the Thursday, all these renowned authors coming in here, first thing they're doing is they're going to visit schools and talk with the students. Yes, I can't say enough about the Lit Fest and what all is involved, and encouraging you to definitely sign up and attend. Can't say enough. But I'm saying something. Doug say, don't worry about them, man. Doug say, okay? All right. And it ain't Mele. Although if somebody wants to use dignified Mele to promote the cause, I'm not going to discourage you. Okay? April 9th through the 12th, folks, mark your calendar. And if you had it marked for the last time, I tell you, mark it again. Make sure you don't forget. I don't want to hear you say, oh, that was this weekend? I don't want to hear it. If you say that, I'm going to have you talk to the hand. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Okay. Hello. So anyhow, good thing. So let's get back to us here and what's going
in your web browser.
Yeah, what's going to be going on here in the studio for right now. Okay. All right. So let me go here and get these two faces on here that could break any mirror, right? At least I know the one across from me could break a couple mirror. Okay. But anyhow, one of the good things about bringing in people remote is that it's very simple to do. If you have your own phone and custom to do video conference or whatever, so forth and so on, you get a link in your email and boom, and you can be on our show. So you got something interesting that you want to present and talk about to our community? Yeah.
You got it?
Sometimes it means that you have to be where you are and we're going to be someplace different, but we can still get together. Okay? And we do what we've got to do in the process. Okay, good thing. Very, 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 very good thing. All right, so.
Yeah, but it should go into your web browser. Through Chrome.
So, let's see what we're going to do.
You have Chrome on your phone?
Okay. Yeah, so.
Or your computer?
One of the things, folks, that I always tell you to do is to do a random act of kindness. Okay. Now I have a certain individual who insists on doing random acts rather than random acts of kindness. Not that it excludes there from being kindness in what's done, but it opens the door.
Well, I guess you have to
for something other than
the number.
Kindness to be the inspiration, the motivation, whatever. I'm going to try to keep that out because I want kindness to be the motivation. All right? So, folks,
340-773.
if you're feeling kind of bored,
0390.
Do
or 0490.
A random act of kindness. Do some premeditated acts.
Okay.
One of the things you can be sure of is that FBI, CIA, CID, whoever, are not going to be interested. Okay? They're looking for bad behavior. And random acts of kindness are always good behavior.
They're having problems logging in.
They're having problems with technology. Okay, well, you know, what can I say? I'll leave it alone.
Well, they say they have so much blocks on their government computer that.
Well, you see, this is, let me say this up front, okay? I was issued a government computer, and one day, just poking around to see what they on this computer, I run into more porn that could ever fit in a public library if public libraries used to.
Oh, Father, send help.
Okay? No, serious. And just so, from that point on, I started using my laptop and that their thing. You understand? Because they could see activity and all this other good stuff. We got somebody online too. And I wanted to know that's somebody else. That ain't me. Okay? All right.
That's probably our caller there.
Yes, that's our caller. But as we switch to that caller, I just want to say that I also had a job where I was delegated the responsibility to be in charge of investigating and creating documents about sexual harassment. Well, when I was doing my research and everything else, the computer locked me out because I couldn't put in the appropriate words to do the research. Okay? All right. Good day. Line 2. WSTX. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Henley.
Good morning, sir, and good morning to your listening audience.
Yes, to the listening public, this is Julian Henley. He is a territorial ADA coordinator. So I invited him onto the show, keeping, the theme of Disability Awareness Month. So, Mr. Henley, take it away.
Yes, good morning. And it's really a pleasure to be here with your guest and the listening audience, and especially for individuals with disabilities in our territory. We have been trying to engage with our disabled community at finding ways to making sure that we're adapting more accessibility to every project that we have that's going on in the territory, as far as construction, as far as looking at areas that might have gaps, and trying to come up with the best solution so that these repairs that's being done in the territory probably would be around the next 30 years, if not more. And we don't want to miss anything or try to feel that we could go back and make those necessary repairs. So we're trying to hit it off from the beginning. And so all our major structures have been working really close with DPNR and Department of Public Works in having an eye on some of those projects and making sure that we're really hitting the ADA compliance.
Okay.
So we're embarking on the project that we rolled out. We're working close with FITEMA, Disability Rights Center, and the Virgin Islands Deaf and Hard of Hearing Advocate. And we're introducing where we did our first recording on FITEMA to introduce the text to 911. Now, a lot of individuals would say, yeah, I text every day, and, this, if I need to call 911, I could pick up the phone. However, for persons who have listening challenges as to whether you're deaf, hard of hearing, or have an impediment in hearing, this actually gives you an option. If there was an emergency in your home, if there's something that's happening that you need to report, that by having text to 911, it allows you to then, receive back a text indicating, your emergency, and just like what they would do on the phone, you would be able to give your address, give wherever you're located, and it also would make sure that your message is received. Now, the biggest question that was asked for St. Thomas presentation, which was on the 5th of March, was now if you don't know your address, you're a person who might be on the street and you need to reach out to text 911. You don't know, you might know the address in that area. However, what is amazing is that Fatima has a ping. Once you call into text 911, they ping you. And that way they'll be able to send emergency response to the address in which you're calling from. Now, we did the first session on St. Thomas on the 5th, and we have the second session scheduled for St. Thomas and that would be on the, for one quick second, that would be on the 24th. Now, what's great about that is it's going to be on Synchron at the Disability Rights Center. And that's, if you're going west, that's left after the old Kmart. And if you're coming from west, going east, then it would be that turn off before Kmart. What we're asking individuals to do is to RSVP, call. You could RSVP by calling or by going online. I'm going to provide you with that information in a second. Sorry, I'm trying to reorganize my devices. I'm going to come back to you with the exact address for Disability Rights Center. So we're really geared up to making this presentation for our individuals in the territory who have, challenges with emergency response or other. We encourage people, if you're a person with a cell phone and you want to be able to get alerts, IBI alert is a very important option that all persons in the territory, especially those that get the hard of hearing, because if there's like tsunami notifications and other type of emergency notifications, that is exactly where you would be getting those messages from. So it's very important for all of us to find a way to tune in. I know that some individuals have more challenges than others. Mm-hmm. However, that's a gap that we're hoping to match as we move forward in the territory.
Okay, Mr. Henley.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. I mean, it's pertaining to the text 911. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'm a person who is visually impaired, right? But say I'm in a situation where I am in an area or in a position where I don't want the individual that may be attacking me to know that I am contacting 911. Could me as a person who is visually impaired be able to text 911 and let them know that something is happening? Excuse me?
Oh, 100%.
And
especially if you have access to your phone, because once you text 911, they're going to respond, and then you would indicate that I'm blind.
Right.
And they would then, it becomes a dialogue. Once again, it goes back to, if you don't know your address, that you'll be able to go back to your text, and you, as you know, you get notifications. You're an individual that I don't like to disclose your disability, but that I treat just like any normal person. I don't look at your disability at all. So it is important for us to understand that there might be a glitch in the system. There might be, and that's why we're encouraging persons to come out to this location. We are trying to create transportation for persons on St. Croix. Depends on where your location is. I don't think that we'll be driving from DV or any of the far out areas, but we will be indicating that information once you make contact with us.
Well, if it's if they have transportation, I could set it up, because I live in Frederickstead, nearby, about 3 or 4
Right.
about 3 or 4 miles down the road.
So for persons who want to join virtually, they can go online to TINYURL.com/T2911. I'm going to repeat that number again. To join virtually is TINTURL.com/T2911.
Okay.
And that would be able to bring you to our next bit of information for persons who want to contact us. You contact by 340-473-1848 or 340-998-3571. That information needs to be received by the 17th of March, so we can then make arrangements and making sure that we have that communication and that ability to give the transportation that might be required. Knowing that St. Croix is a much larger island, I'm not sure if we would have any challenges with getting to your areas or not. Yes, I'm from St. Thomas, so I don't know as much availability as far as different addresses, but as soon as possible, if you could contact us, because space is limited. We wouldn't be able to take everyone, especially individuals that might want to call in later. We will be setting a time period in which persons need to be picked up, once again, because of the size of the island, and it's not a one-person pickup, so we might have to be taken up from an earlier time in the day. We will be sharing this information with other news outlets and other opportunities to hear exactly what and how persons who are, who have any kind of impediment, whether it's hearing or it's where you're blind, you know, you have challenges where you're hard of hearing, so you might need you need your other devices to be able to hear. We encourage you once again to find a way to log in, call. You could call us, ask questions if you do have questions. This will be the best time to be calling and asking your questions so we could make sure that we're providing the needed services that is there.
Okay, so the dates for this is when again?
This is for the 24th at the Disability Rights Center.
Disability Rights Center.
Fredericksburg.
Yes. Okay, and I can help you out with the address. Okay, the address, the physical address is 63 Kane Carlton. Okay, and Fredericksburg. But your directions were probably better than Kane Carlton. You know, a lot of folks, they just know where they're trying to get to based on landmarks. So I think
it is a little house.
Right, it looks like a house.
Yeah, it's yeah, the house, the house right next west of the old Kmart, the old big Kmart. The house is right at that fence line. There's some mango trees in the yard, and then there's the house west of the mango trees. The driveway is right there. You just pull in there, and that's the Disability Rights Center.
Right.
So if you're coming from Christiansted on Center Line Road, after you pass the stoplight at where it used to be, which is the Sunshine Mall, after you pass that stoplight, the next left would be.
Could you dial 7303? 77303. Okay.
We'll be able to go
I was
into.
giving Eddie an opportunity to call in. So that was the first thing I had on the other line. Sorry for that.
Oh, well, you know, you might have to probably merge her with your call, because we can't. This phone doesn't do conference calling, so we can't have two people at the same time anymore.
No, they weren't trying to conference.
Okay.
He was talking to them. But anyhow.
Yeah, but it's from his office.
Yeah, but when
okay.
Yeah, but send us, well, it's through Jared, send a text or email with all the particulars, and we will continue to promote it here on WSTX and repeat it, because it's something that we want to be successful. You know, this is something. You go ahead.
Do some research. Hello?
Go ahead. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. No, you were saying something.
Yeah, so I said that this month is really an exciting month for persons who have different challenges, meaning persons with different types of disabilities that they're being faced with. So we're trying to really learn more about some of the challenges that people are having in the territory, and seeing, to giving them, if any, solutions, in which there is. We're going to be into bringing a federal law forward, and this is something that I think, Mr. Dorada, that you're familiar with, is the Web Content for Accessibility Guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
That is being introduced where all our websites in the government will be in compliance.
Okay.
There is actually, Mr. Gerard, you've been around a long time. Normally you don't have like deadlines legally to say this is your deadline that you need to have such and such in place. So what we're doing is working with some guidelines in, trying to bring this opportunity forward
Right.
for persons who are seeking information from the government.
Yeah. 'Cause
You would have that option to then go online if there's any challenges that you might find, knowing that we're rolling this out. And so we would encourage you to call the two numbers that you heard earlier,
yes.
and we will try to connect you to either answer your question or connect you to the services that would be best available for you to address any concerns that you might be having.
Well,
There's. Go ahead, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ironically, as you said that, I don't know if you know this, but the website for Vitran is actually not accessible.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why we have until April 24th.
Mm-hmm.
All of those websites we will be working.
Right.
And hopefully we're on time. It's the installation of the programs that actually requires a lot more of attention from the tech department. So we will be, keeping the public aware of, hopefully, once we have it all ready and ready in all aspects to be rolled out.
Okay. That's good news. That's good to know because, I've been navigating the system for a long time and meeting all these obstacles. So I'm glad to see some forward movement in that way.
Most definitely. I left WAPA back in 2014, and I was tasked with doing an accessibility study and recommendations there at WAPA here in Sunny Isle. And one of the basic problems is that a person with a disability could find themselves in a situation where they couldn't get inside WAPA because if they were in a wheelchair or a motorized chair, two doors have to open for them to get in. And and there was no push button to open the doors. I mean, the fact of the matter is, we have a lot of work to do, and so we appreciate what's being done, and you're bringing it to the public's attention so that we, the public, can be supportive of these initiatives.
Correct. And, the challenge that we've had with the post office, and I could share that with you, did they ever correct the doors?
Not as far as I know.
Okay. So what we were working with was rather to open the door, we needed something where the weight of the door would have been able to be automatically open, because I think the weight of the door was requiring that. So they would have had to change the electrical. I remember having a conversation about this concern, but then the other side of the post office is they're under the WADA and ADA, and we are the American Disability ADA. So if most of those complaints, the federal prison, the federal court, under a different on the airport, they're under a different guideline that is different from the ADA. So we do work and communicate, but those policies and laws and complaints is under that federal program more so than under the office of the ADA.
Well, the only post office I know in St. Croix that have the automatic doors is the one in Kings Hill.
Yeah. What he was explaining
Right,
is that
so-
it's a different.
So the one in Sunny Isle,
Right.
was that down towards where the bank is?
Yeah. The one in Sonia's? That's in the mini
One in
mall.
Sunny Isle.
The one in Sonia is in the Sonia Mini Mall.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so if you're still having that challenge, like you said, you don't traverse that way. Once again, we can try to connect persons to the services and or talk to individuals that they're at that location. But a lot of those, like we have some challenges, but like B&B and others that they have moved into more accessible locations. It's much more a challenge for the post office to do so.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to let them, find a way that they can introduce. A lot of times they use those 48-inch doors or 30-inch doors,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not wide enough for a wheelchair or accessible bike. So, we will definitely have conversations with them so they can understand the guidelines.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna be humorous here. Hopefully humorous, although it's a real thing. We need a legislature to pass a law. They say that the government can't rent no building from people unless it is ADA accessible. Okay, and knowing politics, how politics is, all of a sudden you'll see a lot of buildings become accessible. Anyhow, you don't have to respond to that. That was just a joke.
No, I can respond to that because that is an area in which we already address. So, P&P, Property and Procurement, they actually do an assessment for all government agencies that go through that is assigned, that they make sure that it is accessible. So if not, they work with the landlords and get them to be accessible. So there's a lot of things that are being worked on. If you find that something new happened and it's not accessible, definitely you can call my office at 340-998-3571 or 340-473-1848, and you can call in the disability offices, and we will try to address the concerns in which you might have when it comes to a new location for a government agency that is not accessible for a person who have mobility challenges.
Well, the one agency or building that I could tell you right now is the Florence Williams Library. We
That's down in Frederickstead?
Down in Christiansted. Okay, the problem with that is the Talking Book Library was up.
Bathroom stall?
Huh?
Is it the bathroom stall?
The bathroom is the problem. The bathroom is upstairs. Now, they should have made a bathroom downstairs for persons with disabilities. Someone in a wheelchair who needs a wheelchair walker, because sometimes the elevator don't work. So if you go to visit the library and you're in there now, or you go there and you go into the elevator stop working. The bathrooms are on the second floor. They should have at least an accessible bathroom downstairs, even if it's a unisex, which is one that will hold male and female. They only need at least one bathroom downstairs. Yeah. For persons with disabilities. That would be the right accommodation. I spoke to the director, and she said, she's gonna talk to the commissioner, whatever, but it's like nothing being done.
Yeah, if I may,
Mm-hmm.
if I may,
Yes, please.
that it's certain things that if you can meet that one challenge, it just is a ray of hope for everybody. That building is not accessible, period. It has a door to the back that a person with a wheelchair could come in, but the person at the desk has to be aware that you're there and then come out and open the door because
They have a sensor, but they have to put up a, yeah.
Right,
And
no.
I spoke to the guy yesterday that works there, and I told him, I said, they need to increase the sensitivity for that sensor. So when you walk by the sensor, the door would open automatically.
right.
Right now, as it stands, you have to go near to the sensor to get the door open. Now, somebody in my case who don't know where the sensor is, what is supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
and then presently, right now, the elevator ain't working.
Yeah.
So you gotta use the stairs.
Okay.
Okay, so when we have a situation like that, I know that on the second floor you have special books and you have different things that might be on the second floor. However, that's a challenge that we have with two locations on St. Thomas, and it is that we've been waiting for months to get elevator issue addressed. And so I know that there's another company that's in place. However, I would reach out to the department and see if something.
Okay, I think we lost you.
You there? Hello.
I think we lost him.
If you lost, please call back. Okay. Yeah, please call back. Okay. Can't get a wording edgewise with you, brother. Anyhow, yes, you. The point is, we want to move forward, not move backward. We left a place where we had a good working sensor door to get inside the place. Okay, I think we got him here. Hello?
Yes, I'm here with you.
Right. Okay, and I just wanted to say that the folks for the Talking Books Library left a place that had a door that made it easy for them to get in, okay, to come to this situation, which now something has been done, but it's still a kind of an insensitivity. That's the best way I can put it. I mean, if the governor decided to sit down in a wheelchair and say, I want to go to the library, I'll show me how I gonna get in the library, you'd be surprised. All of a sudden they're gonna go and make sure the sensor is working and that the sensor allows him to roll up and the door sends him coming before the door would slam into the wheelchair. And I'm being, exaggerating the situation in that context, because you shouldn't take the governor doing that. But this is the challenge that we have faced, and you are very well aware. So I understand preaching the choir that we have faced in terms of changing the community attitude, not just the community in the public sense, but in the actual building design and accommodation in public facilities. Anyhow, I get off that soapbox and
Right. So what I would definitely look into these two.
Look like he gone again.
oh my goodness. No, man, I can't. We can't be so lucky today. We cannot be so lucky today.
We need to put in a complaint with the cell phone companies.
Because it looked like the cell phone system is not accessible.
No, it ain't. Listen, it's not.
You sure?
It's not. Right now, I have a friend of mine. Right now, they left yesterday to go to Boston Palmer and to get the eye checkup. And right now, he have liberty. He have no data on his phone. He can make a phone call. But if you have to check like his banking and stuff like, he can't go online to do nothing.
Because he's off island?
Yes.
So when he's on island, he got access, but when he's off island, he's not.
Yeah.
So these people come and replace AT&T, and this is what we get in?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, as I was saying to somebody the other day, our telecommunication system is an accident waiting to happen.
More than an accident.
Line 2 is Julian.
Okay. Okay, glad to have you back. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, so, we will look into the issues and find out who's the contractor for that sensor, and I will be able to get back to you in reference to the challenges that you have. I know the one issue with the bathroom being upstairs and the elevator not working, I know that would be a more challenging situation, but whatever the facts are, I will be able to share.
Well, we appreciate, but it looks like we got to go after the folks in the telecommunications area, because it looks like you're gone again.
Oh, you're gone again?
Yeah.
Mr. Henley.
Anyhow.
Okay. Well,
when he comes back, the more important thing is making sure that he troubleshoot whatever to make sure that he can come in via StreamYard/internet next time.
Liberty, Puerto Rico. You see what happened when you get rid of your own and get somebody else's own?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Well, I know that we got rid of our own.
Well, they sell us this.
Let me tell you something, Gerard. I don't have a saying. All of them is scam.
Yeah.
Okay. All of them is scam.
But I know that.
Okay. And I'm saying that not to be nasty as much as to say that all of them just get in it for the money.
But of course.
And the service is not even secondary. We would be doing good if it was secondary even. It's not even secondary because nobody is holding them accountable.
Exactly. Look at one communication formerly via. They selling you a mobile hotspot that you could use when you're here. But if you leave off island, the thing dead. You can't walk off island.
Okay.
Well, that's nonsense.
Well.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Okay. I thought we had lost you there.
Yes. No, I'm here. I was listening to your soapbox.
Oh, okay. All right. Good thing.
Yeah.
Because
and so we have been doing a lot. I mean, addressing a lot of, especially the new constructions and things that some of them outside of the government once the DPNI is involved with the project. So we've really been extending and realizing the gap in which we have based on, access and accessibility challenges that we have with new structures and old. And so we'll be trying to keep on top of some of the challenges in which we have, and hopefully in the next, for some of the major projects that we would have, those constructions completed. But I want to definitely share, I know the reason I called in
right.
was to go back to the address and to the date of our event on St. Croix. That's the text 911 for person. This opportunity works great for persons who are deaf or hard of hearing or have any hearing impediments. And if you're a person who's blind or any other person, you could always go to the text 911 and they will be able to respond to you by text. And, the one question that we had was if you don't know your address and where you're standing, that's okay. They would have a ping and hopefully they will be able to respond to you and get in touch with you for your location.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things are being rolled out, but we would need your communication if there's a glitch in the system or something that doesn't work right for you. So this event, this training is going to be held on the 24th of March from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. This is going to be at the Disability Rights Center of the Virgin Islands, That's in Frederickstead, right after, if you're going west, right after Kmart. And it's a structure that looks like a house, or if you come in east, you would be making that turn before Kmart. And Mr. Evelyn, he has the physical address. I didn't write it down, but his thing, he will be able to give you that physical address before we jump off.
Right.
You could also join by virtual by going to TINYURL.com/T2911.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, like I said, when you send the information, we will make sure that it gets repeated so that we can ensure the best attendance possible and,
Thank you, sir.
and the broadest benefit. And please have your IT people check out what is necessary to be done so that you can connect via, in this case, the internet. We have StreamYard here or whatever, because then it'll be, we can put the face to the name, not number one, and number two, we also have the ability to put things like flyers up so that the people who are participating on the stream will be able to see the information also for themselves in the process. Okay, and we look forward to having you more often in the future. And just a suggestion, every little improvement is important to the community, especially the community of persons with disabilities. So don't hesitate to come on.
Take advantage of that invitation to you and the staff, and looking forward to talking to you. I'm going to send you some information once we get off.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. Great to have you on.
All right, have a great day.
All right, you do the same.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. All right. Yeah, this is how you do it. 'Cause,
This is how you do it.
hey, look.
It is
I'm the little vocalist
9:58.
singing. Don't be coming trying to upstage me again.
Hey.
Okay?
If I had to sing right, I'll bring the place to tears. So don't.
Oh Lordy be. Okay.
Listen, I could sing now, so don't.
You make the place like the fire truck coming by.
No. It ain't gonna be that bad. But it is about time to end the show. I think I smell the engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear she saying,
All right.
So,
He
another,
dangerous, you know. He dangerous.
another episode of Reflections has come full circle. So, Dougie, I want you to do like me and do a random act.
Of kindness. You're gonna rope me into that one. Of kindness. All right.
You
good
could
thing.
you could do your random act of kindness. I can just do a random act.
Hey, keep
Okay.
kindness in it. Okay. And with that, we have our other folks are here to run us out.
So,
Yeah, they're doing
Virtual. All right.
with that said, we'll see you guys again next week. Same time, same place.
Creator willing. You'll be-
Creator William will be here 8 a.m. next week, Thursday morning.
all
This is
right.
Gerard and Doug. Peace out.